I was asking, can you guys hear me? Can you put a one if you can hear me? I'm doing something with the microphone. Okay, hold on. Tell me if you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hold on. Can you guys hear me? Okay, you can hear me okay? I don't know why I can't hear like I'm supposed to, but okay, you guys can hear me. So this is the Finance Committee meeting. Let's see something. My camera looks like it's slanted. Let me see something. Hi, everybody. Hold on. Seems like my camera is slanted.
Okay, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'll try to pull this microphone out. I beg your pardon, ma'am? Unfortunately, you don't, but after we ratify these bills, it will be on the Harvey website, Harvey City Hall website.
Somebody
So
just asked for a copy of what they're looking at.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Hi, you're welcome. Thank you guys for being here.
I noticed a lot of bill deposit payables in the amount of $250. Construction, storm, restoration. Are these
Can you guys hear me still?
building permit fees that were returned after cleanup? Okay, that's what I figured. I just thought I'd ask about that. That's 4 months. Okay, okay. It makes sense. That makes sense to me. So that's what our monthly fee is. Okay.
I'm gonna walk
Okay,
closer.
yeah, I'll do that. So the audience can hear your response because I'm the only one with the microphone. You can hear the questions. Come over there. Do we have another mic? Mr. Lewis, you mind elaborating on which months go to infinity? Which 4 months?
That would be October, November, December, January.
And the same thing holds true for professional service from Darden and Associates, lobbying service
Yes,
at the bottom of the sheet.
yes.
What, is that for 4 months? Because I'm also looking at 4 after 4 months. Okay. Same 4 months?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. invoices for Verizon Wireless. Is this for technology, phone service, internet?
Those are for the mobile phones.
Okay. Most of these I kind of pretty much already figured them out, but I just wanted you to reiterate or elaborate on what I was already thinking. I'm looking at two invoices under Department Legal 105 for Axel Blink Diamond Bush ETAL. You see that under Legal 105? I know that they are the city's attorney, but were these for litigations or?
No, this is for general legal services. Again, it's 2 months.
Okay. There was one Chicago Tribune for online governmental legal. You see that one?
Yeah, that's just what we have to give public notice. In this case, he was in the next something was going on in the city.
Yes. Specifically, Mr. Lewis, you said public notice specific. What were the?
I'm not sure about the top. It was just something we have to give public notice.
But it was specific.
Yes.
Ms. Lewis, under Department 126, there's some invoices in various amounts for B&F Construction Code Service. And I'm counting about 9, 10 invoices. Is this for a 4-month period also, or?
I have to look and see if those for that. Yeah, inspection reports that would just tell us what they do in the city. They know all this. Basically, that's the city.
Department 132, Police Department, there was a $1,000 expenditure for a refund total. If this is something that the city paid back, or is it something that the city collected?
But we had to make that application. We make a mistake in terms of the scholarship and the charge to you, then we give it back to them. It's not an error.
Just one question, Mr. Lewis. Under the water department fund, we're seeing 6 penalties payable to the city of Chicago, starting from September 17th of 2025, all the way to November 17th of 2025. Looks to be somewhere near 47, maybe $48,000. What these penalties
relate to an unpaid water. However, we are negotiating with the city on the assessment.
So unpaid or net?
Unpaid.
So then my question is where are we at now with February, seeing that when you're saying unpaid, that means September, October, November, unpaid?
All the current bills have been paid for the last 9 years. This goes back far on one particular account.
Hey, you guys.
For 1.25 per month.
I'm getting a little bit lost. So you're saying we have 2 bills with the city of Chicago?
Yeah, 4 bills with the city of Chicago. See, two $46,000 bills relate to the same bill. We have 2 months of bills. We see the penalties expense on 1 month, and the penalties expense for the other.
I can say it's the first time that I knew we had 4 bills payable to the city of Chicago.
If you look back, you will see 4 bills for September. And then you will see 4 bills for October.
Okay, just for my month, how do you get 4 bills payable to one particular entity?
We have 4 bills. The city of Chicago has 4 points that they bring water into.
Okay, all right.
It's the guy
And so
talking
we
right
pay
here.
for each meter separate.
Yeah.
It doesn't combine into a meter.
No.
Hey, everybody.
Just as we bill certain municipalities.
Oh, you can't hear them.
Multiple meters with us.
Okay, I don't know where that. That is not on the question.
Well, I'll try to put my other microphone up there.
Basically, we bill main bureau in one period, September 17th through October 17th.
Can you hear them now?
October 17th. November 17th.
Okay. Oh, they're not seeing anything right now. Shirley Jewinski just walked in.
One more question. See that we have 4 meters. October
It just said right there.
5 penalties.
This is not the regular board meeting.
4 meters.
That's
They're all
just
dated the same, but there's 4 penalties. And there's only 3 Septembers. So that would make sense to me in my mind. In September, that means 3 out of 4 meters we were late on. But October, I've seen 5, but we only have 4 meters.
I'm gonna go sit up front. Y'all might get even better. I'll be right back.
Yes, October, yeah, all dated for October 17th, 2025. They're in given amount. The first one is at $268,677.
I don't think that's a water purchase. These are the small.
I can scroll up. So the water, okay,
Screen.
I got you. Those are, okay, I look at that column. Okay, so there are those 2. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6. I got you.
4 bills, 3 dollars.
Gotcha.
Okay. For Enterprise Trust. 6 down. Enterprise Trust. 32, I want to say that's police, says vehicle repairs, that's for our
Yeah,
police vehicles.
that would be for police vehicles.
That's quite a bit of them on there. And I saw another one I want to someone, this one, the one where for streets, the vehicle repairs and those for the streets.
That's cars
For public,
for public works.
that could be, what is it?
Those, what Rob stated would be like a sharper tire repair that could be for other equipment.
It's saying vehicle repairs,
But vehicle repairs is all could be.
so would that be the public works vehicle?
Yes, that'd be public works vehicles.
I just want the residents to know that sometimes our equipment is kind of old and we pay a lot to repair those because of it being so old.
And some of it's just retrain maintenance. You drive cars, you gotta change oil.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Finance Committee. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna make a recommendation that we take the January 26th bills list to the entire city council. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed? Hearing none? Okay, let's move on down to February the 9th. Once again, there's a lot of building in Department 000. There's quite a few where building permit fees were returned. These fees are returned after the resident cleans up and the inspections department goes out and makes sure everything is clean and installed correctly. And then that's the criteria for receiving that refund back. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Williams, under Department 134, looking at ambulance fees for Bud's ambulance service, and then in the exact same dollar amount. Is this for multiple months or what?
Well, it's December, once January.
Thank you very much. There's under department, under the water fund, there's an invoice for professional service for Arturo Group LLC for HUD demolition environmental review. Did they actually tear down anything, or they want to review to give us an estimate of tearing it down?
They do an environmental review. We have to do an environmental review before we tear down any property in the city of Harvey.
That was under water department, 17 water fund.
Actually, number 80, under the grant. That HUD demolition environmental review. Pays for HUD.
Capital fund. Co-chairman, Alderman Randall, you have a question? Okay, well, As chairman, I make a recommendation that we take this to the entire city council for a vote amongst all of the aldermen. All signify by saying aye in favor. All opposed, there are none. Let's keep it moving. Let's move on down to February the 23rd bills list. If we have no further questions, the chairman's going to make a recommendation to all bills list for the entire city council for a vote. All signify by saying aye. All opposed? None? And thank you so much. This portion of the meeting, I think we're going to open up for public comment. We greatly appreciate it if you could keep your comments down to maybe 3 minutes. So, and please direct the comments to the panel, and we'll direct questions to the controller's office. Does anybody would like to talk first? Come on up.
Okay. Okay, my name is Michael Cronin. I live in the 6th Ward, and you know who I am. We had a meeting with the, I guess you would say it's IDOT and the constructors of IDOT. Alderman Chapman was there. She recorded it. There's a plan for the Broadway reproduction serial season to go on in late September, and there's a cost of $3.7 million for this process to go on. This is finance. With this $3.7 million being spent for just 3 blocks of the town, where we have multiple streets all through the town, I think this is something that needs to be re-reviewed by the 6 of you guys before this thing goes on in September. Okay? There are too many streets around here that are in bad shape. And I think all of you guys need to rethink the Broadway project.
Michael, thank you so much for your question. I think it is a legitimate, a very personal question, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you after the meeting to give you some insight on how and why that project was undertaken. And I'm pretty sure you'll be satisfied. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Anybody else would like to have a public comment? Okay.
Thank you. Grace and peace. I believe that, my name is Melissa Crowley. I represent the 2nd Ward. I believe that the last gentleman who spoke had a valid question, and your response to him was inadequate, and in that all of us here want to know what's going on and have a voice in the process. So the side meetings need to stop. It needs to be told to the general public what you guys are doing with our money, what you're spending it on, and who's making the decision. We all need to know that, not just one individual that you speak to. Thank you, Kobe Champion, for being transparent across the board, not just for the board, but for the entire city. She's been asking the questions.
Ms. Crowley, thank you so much for your comment. Really appreciate it.
My name is Alvin Davis. I live in the Fifth Ward, and my question is, these little buildings that you all build in each ward, what is the specific purpose of those buildings?
No, actually, that's not true. There isn't any in the sixth ward. They started building and then they stopped. Due to discrepancies. The money was never issued from the city of Harvey. It came from grant money from Night-Court Gas. It was never issued out of Harvey's general fund. The money came from Night-Court Gas and State Representatives Will Davis. And they're the reason. And there was some type of discrepancy prior to our mayor dying that the development company did not hold up their ends of the bargain. So in turn, what it did was that we had to eliminate 3. There was supposed to be 6, 1 in each ward, but they eliminated them down to hubs that were actually complete. So the one in the 6th ward never did get complete. It was started, but never did get finished. Thank you. My understanding that they're supposed to be used for community activities, community events. If you want to have a meeting in their particular ward, then they can utilize one of these facilities. They was also to be utilized for tutoring after school children if they got the proper educational person to come in and they were tutoring kids after school. Okay, so that answers your question, please.
Pardon me, Alderman.
I can't speak on behalf of the library. That's a whole separate entity than City Hall. You asked about City Hall, and I'm trying to answer your question in regards to what occurs in City Hall. I have nothing to do with the library. And I got my co-chair, he'd like to comment on your comment.
Thank you. And first of all, thank you for the question. It is normally customary that just to clear something up, why we don't really respond right away is because you try to preserve time, you try to make sure that a lot of times, and I'm always honest about this, we want to make sure that we give you the proper answers, not to avoid being transparent or anything like that. But some things, we don't know that you're going to ask this question. I think anybody who's up here cannot say you have the answer right away. So whether we just give something out there, I know personally myself, I want to make sure I thoroughly give you the proper answer. Now, I want to, about these hubs, just one thing to remember is that this didn't cause any of us to die. There were 2 schools of thought about this. Number one, if you really pay attention to it, this was an opportunity where we were taking really either delighted properties or, something that was just not appealing, and we were able to put something there that is more appealing. And look at this, some of them haven't even charged stations. We're putting the city in a place, and I always tell people to ask that, even if it cannot be utilized immediately, we're in a position to utilize it for multiple purposes. In my discussions with the late man Clark, I asked the same question. He said, well, at this particular time, it would be nice to have it, as you all see in the City Hall, a place where those in those particular wards, you could go there and pay a traffic ticket. You could go there and pay a water bill. You could go there and pick up your city sticker. And he said, oh, there's a lot of things that we can use these things for, but at this particular time, we don't necessarily have nailed down a particular idea for it, but we're also not in a place where we're going to tell ComEd, no thank you. We don't want these funds that can make this particular improvement within our city. That would not make sense. I'd rather take the funds, put something that looked better there than what was there. And we'll figure out what to use it for. But I know we can't do nothing with this abandoned lot or this tore down house. So I'm gonna hold that out the way. You can put that hub there until we find out what we're gonna use it for. But even in that, right now, we've been able to extend cameras based off of that. I know in the fifth, we actually got a couple of residents that actually use that charging station for their vehicles, and they were excited about that. So it's still putting us in the future of what we can have something here that we can use, even if we're not using it right now today. Okay.
Excuse me, Alderman, excuse me, may I please answer the question? And Ms., I don't mean to curtail your question, but as a member of the Public Safety Committee, it'd be remiss of me not to rebuttal. And so you're aware, sir, those are, and for the public, those are holding cells. Okay, according to the blueprint and the renderings, they say cells, okay? And if anyone would like a copy of that automatic detail from the packet, I certainly provide. I have plenty of cards here, and all you need to do is send me an email. But, and this is not to knock the details of what the Finance Committee and my colleagues have mentioned, but per the renderings, that is what the renderings detail, that the whole intent, they're referred to as police hubs. Okay, and so they're police holding cells, as our police department in the basement has some issues as it relates to being in a holding cell, and I'm very familiar with that particular space. So due to that, I'm sharing with you all based on the details that I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alderwoman Chapman. But I have been inside two of these community hubs. Now, with the paperwork, they say that they're holding cells, but they're actually luxurious living rooms. They got couches and stoves and refrigerator. I didn't see no bars. I didn't see no iron doors or gates or anything. Now, I don't know, my colleague may have seen something that said it's referred to as a holding cell. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it is not a holding cell. It's got very nice front. I mean, they're beautiful inside as well as attractive as they look outside. Okay, but unfortunately, we're not at a place where we are actually utilizing them right now. But we will be there in the near future. There's going to be a lot of good things coming down the pipe in the very near future. Believe me. Okay, and anybody would like to take a tour, I don't see a problem with contacting City Hall. We can set that up. We can schedule somebody to come in. If you'd like to take a tour and see for yourself, they're very nice. Intake, love seats, everything. Restroom. There's only one room, living room and restroom. Okay.
And I just want, I'm trying to, did you say that these were given to the city of Harvey? It was a grant? So if it was a gift, per se, was it a gift to Harvey? And so that meant that that's the only thing that you could do with that was what it's given for, right? Well, okay, she said it was written for sale, and you said, well, what was it actually really given for? Because you said, it's a community, I mean, I thought, when it was coming, when they were building, I thought there were community centers for the community, for the area, and they were just popping up everywhere. And then nothing happened with it. So what were they actually being, what was the purpose of these things? The purpose.
Under the vision of Mayor Clark, these community hubs, they were intended for the use of, for example, I wanted to hold a 6-ward meeting in the 6th ward. Okay, they're big enough to utilize that, but as far as having a party or something of that sort, you couldn't utilize it because they're not really that big enough. Like my colleague said, they do have electrical ports for plugging electrical cars, and they're very nice. If we want to tutor some young children and for after-school programs, we can utilize them for that. Okay, but like what you've been told, when the money comes to the city, Harvey, we're not going to turn it down. We're going to utilize that money, and we'll find a use for it. Unfortunately, we can't use it now, but we will, ma'am. Okay.
I have a question. So the one on
I'll get to
Halsted,
you in just a second, man.
the one on Halsted is a pile of rock.
Yes.
And so what's the plan for that? I mean, I don't know if there's others that were never completed. So what's the plan for that? It's a on Halsted.
Yes, ma'am.
That's in the first ward.
It was, no, 6th ward.
No, on Halsted at 159th.
In Halsted.
In Halsted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pile of, it's just a pile of.
Let me make an attempt to respond to that. As I said in my earlier statement, we started out with 6, and the development company that was building these hubs, for some reason, they didn't hold up their end of the contract. So we ended up utilizing the same amount of money, but we didn't have enough to complete all 6. Now, I do realize there is a blight, and I've made some arrangements with the administration. Right now, they've been cleaning up that Larry's Lounge. It's the most terrible thing you've ever seen as I'm riding down Sibley Boulevard. And one of the things, when I just got so fed up, I said, we got to get this cleaned up. Fortunately, today, when I rode by there, and you all know what I'm talking about, because it's a big old picture of a handsome guy on a billboard there. Now, okay, it could be, but the fact that they went over there today and they started cleaning it up. It was really deplorable. And now there's a large pile of debris sitting right there waiting for the loaders to come pick it up and take it to the dump. So we are making some headway. And Ms. Watson, as far as that blighted area with those community hubs, okay, as you know that we're struggling, we're doing everything